Good morning, guys. Welcome to the shop. So I've been working on this tub. I've got that I guess that would be the passenger side floor pan replaced. First time I've done it, so that turned out pretty good in my eyes. There it is. So today we'll start working on replacing this driver's side. And see how well we can get this. On that lower one down there, I had removed this brace here completely and welded the new panel in at this seam, which worked out pretty well. But I'm gonna see how it goes up here. I'm not sure yet if I'll take that off or if I'll just cut back in here. I'll see how well that metal is once I get started on it. Anyway, come along with me as we finally get this driver's side floor pan replaced. Alright guys, so I got that panel off. Little body mount bracket. Glad I went ahead and took it off because it needs quite a bit of cleaning up and rust proofing before I put it back on there. I've got this replacement panel, which looks like, if I'm judging right by those holes, that it's gonna, that's those holes there. So I think that panel is going to come right in this area here. So I think what I'll do now is just take this out in sections, maybe cut up through here, get this main piece out, and then maybe split these holes here and get this out. So maybe I can get that other panel tucked in behind it to mark it off before I do the final cuts. So let me do that. I'll put you guys on I'll put you guys on a tripod so you can just watch. Okay, let me see. Alright, so there's that piece. I'm going to keep working on it. Go ahead and get this out. I don't think I'm going to need to save that jack bracket there. I don't think I'll put it back in there, but I think I will save it. Maybe I'll change my mind later. Anyway, think I'm going to take a little more out down here, work on getting that panel fitted, and then I'll bring you back. Alright guys, so I got the rest of that floor pan, the old floor pan cut out, and the new one fitted in. So that's fitting in there pretty good. I went ahead and cleaned up this other that mounting bracket. Put Eastwood's rust converter on it. It's supposed to prep it for, it says you can use it as a, I believe I read that you could use it as a primer for the Core 15. I think that's right. Anyway, I'll go ahead and prep the inside of that with Core 15 where I won't be able to reach. Put weldable primer where we need to. I'm gonna have to take this back out and prep it for welding. I need to grind down the edges so I can get it tight. And then I'll have to, where it's flanged, I'll have to go to the other side and show you. Here I'll have to punch holes so I can weld it back to that. I've already got them here where I put screws in it, so I'm good there. But yeah, that I think that's going to work out a lot better. So let me get set up, and I will get that back out of there and prep for welding. All right, so off camera, I'll go ahead and get little stuff like this repaired, and I cut into that bracket. I'm gonna have to weld that back together. I did the same thing down here. I'm gonna have to fix that and retap it. Then I'll go ahead and get this firewall cleaned up and primed, so that it's a lot easier to reach now than it will be after I get that floor in. So little tedious stuff like that I'll do off camera. Then I'll bring you back once I get the panel back in and ready to weld. So stay with me. All right guys, so I got that panel in. It's fitted, ready to weld. Went ahead and cleaned up this firewall area just in that area there. Put a little bit of Pour 15. Before I'm done, I'll Pour 15 the whole thing. I just wanted to use up the little can that I had. But yeah, pretty tight fit. Now I can get this welded in, and I'll be done with the floor pans. So let me put you on time lapse, and I'll get this knocked out. Alright guys, there's that, as good as I can get it anyway. I'll clean it up, and I see some from the other side with these lights here behind me. I can see some pinholes there. I'll show you. See those pinholes? A little more than a pinhole there. But I'll go ahead and clean it up from this side and weld it from this side to clean up all those pinholes down through there. But I'll get all that done off camera, and then I'll bring you back once I've got this cleaned up and ready for the next step. All right then. All right guys, so I got that cleaned up and went ahead and put some etching primer on it. I'll come back with some short strand fiberglass and go over that, but turned out pretty good. Next up, we want to I've got this bracket here that I want to weld in, as well as this mount over here as well. So I'm going to I'll pull this off, then we'll set this back on the frame, and I'll get this lined up, make sure it's going to hit the body mounts on the frame correctly, and then I'll get that welded in, as well as this front mount. But stay with me, and I'll get you set up, and we'll get this body this tub put back on the frame, get that aligned up correctly, and welded in. We'll be done with this part of the job. So stay with me. All right, guys, I got that on there. Let me show you what I've got going on over here. So over here, this lines up really well. So I went ahead and put some sheet metal screws in to hold that until I can get it back up to weld it. Then on this end, we've got a nice alignment there also. But I found out that this one, let me see, this one here is missing a nut. So I'm gonna have to take this back off again. And I think what I'll do is just take out a piece of this brace and put the captive nut on the back side of it and weld it back in. So that shouldn't be that big a deal. Anyway, let me get the body back off, and then we'll go ahead and zip that brace in. It's ready to go, as well as this one back here. And then we'll take care of this nut that's missing. So stay with me. Alright guys, so I cut this out, welded in a cage nut behind it. I'm ready to weld this back in. So I'll do that. I'll go ahead and get this bracket and the one there in the front, all that welded in as well. I'll set you up on a time lapse, so you can just watch me. Okay. Alright guys, so there it is. I've got both floor pans done. All the brackets, body mount brackets installed. Looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's as good as I can get it. I'll go back here and put some short strand fiberglass over that before I put the finished top coat on. It's not ready for that yet. I've still got to clean up this area back here in the back. I think next time with the body tub, I kind of want to get all the paint off of it to see exactly what's going on underneath before I weld these this area here back in. I've got it just sheet metal screws down in the bottom, but I want to see what condition these side panels are in before I weld that up. But I think next time, at least with the body tub, I'm not sure when I'll get back on the body tub because I gotta get the transmission and the transfer case back together. But I've got a tailgate I want to try to get installed. And I noticed right here, this is kind of mangled right there, but I've got a new panel to go here. And I've got new panels to go here. So I may look at replacing those. I believe I got one of this as well. I know I was having trouble with one of the body mounts. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them's not working quite like it should. So yeah, I've got that piece to replace and then the tailgate to install, possibly both of those corners. But yeah, I think next time I just want to get the paint off of it. But anyway, that'll be next time. That's taken a good while to get those floor pans completed, so I'm happy to have that done. And we'll move on to the next thing. Anyway, thanks for coming by the shop, and God bless you, and we'll see you next time.